So you're probably wondering, why are we looking at the ECX Torment and the Traxxas Teton, whichever one. We'll just call it the Teton or Teton, like that, I guess. Um, I thought I'd do a little comparison here between these two RCs, because I think it's really like a good idea to check them both out before buying one or the other, so that way you could kind of get an idea, because this one is at least about 50 to about $40 less than this one, which will run you around 150 or 140, around there. And this one will run you about maybe about one 102, something like that. And I thought I'd compare them sort of to each other, because they're pretty much almost the same when it comes to electronic wise, So I'm gonna take these clips off the Teton, and we'll go ahead and check them both out. And because I just recently did a review on this one, we'll go ahead and look at the more expensive one first. So here's we'll look at the body. So here's the body. Let me check it out here. So it's got a nice body, feels good, just as good as this one, not a little less quality in the body. I would say this body still feels better, but it looks really good. I like it. These stickers actually came from it'll just say these if you buy it, the Teton. I put these there from the Bandit stickers that I got from my Bandit, so I just put them on. I put them on the Trax, since it's Traxxas too, and they were small stickers. Kind of look like it belongs there, And this one too. So the body, great, just is great, but it's a little bit on the thinner side, a little bit thinner than the ECX. So we'll go ahead and put the body down here. We'll go ahead and put the light back. So here's the actual RC itself. Got some decent tires, no foam, but there isn't any need for foam unless you're someone who's driving hard into curbs, or like maybe bumps, but not bumps that are lips with a lip. You keep going over hard lips, it's going to hit the rim. So it depends on the driver. So we got nice tires, decent rims. They're not the best, but they're not the worst, And the rubber feels good. It's sticky. It does grip. It grips on flat surfaces. It does its job accordingly to the pattern that you see here. So this pattern's only going to take you so far, and you should know that by the treading. So after the tires, we got the ESC electronic speed control here. Is that better? So we got our all waterproof too, so it claims to be waterproof. Our receivers inside here, so this ain't no 2-in-1 garbage. So that's an upside for this one. And if we come around here on this side, we got our motor, and you can see the servo in there. And we'll go ahead and look at that motor right now, so you guys can check out the motor. And that is a 270. And when I first opened this up, was my first time ever seeing a 270 motor. I mean 370, excuse me. 370 brush motor was my first time ever seeing one. I almost thought it was a joke, because that is a very tiny motor compared to the 380. 380 is a you can see where it's like, yeah, it's a motor. It's a brushed motor, you know? But this one is so damn small. You it kind of tries to resemble a little bit on the side here, like a, if you take the sticker off, kind of looks brushless because it's so small, you know? And we're used to seeing brushed motors that are big. But anyways, I think that runs about a 21 turn motor. Yeah, 21 turns. And then we got our shocks here, oil filled shocks. They dampen really good for being the price. You know, you can put some thicker oil and you'll get even better results all the way around. Sorry about that, guys, but I was interrupted. But I believe I was talking about the motor being as small as it is, and I thought it was a joke because it's a lot smaller than the 380 motor. It's just small, you know? And because of the results that I'm getting off of that little motor, it's pretty good. Pretty good results. Or I think I was talking about the shocks. I'm sorry, guys. I got interrupted and had to take care of something real quick. But it has all oil shocks. You know, you can see they're all independent. They're all independent. You can see that shaft driven. So you know you got a metal shaft in there. You can see it right there. You guys can check that out. It's right there. So it's got metal diffs in it. So you got differentials that are metal. You got everything's metal except for the spur. The spur is not metal, but everything else in this one is it's all metal and ready for brush. It's brushless ready. So that's pretty good. Although I don't know if I want to put a brushless motor in it because I kind of want to leave it stock. I like the way it looks stock. And yeah, I just like the way it looks stock, I guess. I don't want to pull my electronics out, and I'm pretty happy with the speed, but they do sell a pinion for it. I believe it's a pinion or even a spur, you know? I believe they sell that, and you can boost up your speed, and you would get somewhere around the Wall Toys area. You'll be going pretty quick. I would say 25, maybe even 28, you know, because this is smaller RC. I've always wondered if anyone ever put a 390 in here and what happened, you know? But I guess no one's ever done it. I never seen it on YouTube. I digged around, and it would have been cool if someone put a bigger motor in here. Would have been pretty cool to see that. But so it's in this. Here's your battery compartment here. So you just pull this off, and you can go ahead and fit your battery inside there. And like I said, it's brushless ready. Really good on the flexing. You know, the plastic is memory. That is memory. I went to college to be a collision guy, you know, so I fixed crashed cars, and we learned a lot about plastic. And any plastic that bends back to where it was at again, that is plastic with memory. So it has memory. So in other words, if I go and push on it, it's going to go right back to where it was at, because that's its memory. So it has a really good memory in there, you know. And let's see, what else do we got on this little guy? I believe that's it. And I know these are the newer Traxxas connections, the newer ones. And it's got upgradable parts for it. You guys seen them. There's tons of people who already souped them up, you know. But the only thing it's running with dog bones, and they're plastic, you know. So they're not metal, they're plastic. But I don't have any problems with that. It's not like I'm gonna go beat on it or push it too hard, you know. So that's pretty cool. Very good construction on this thing. And the dampening is just, it is. It's really good. They dampened it really good. So I believe that's pretty much it with this one, with the whole RC itself. And I'm gonna get the transmitter. So you got your transmitter. That's what I forgot, guys. This is LiPo ready, and it also has 3 different molds you can switch around. One of them is 50% off, so you can have it run on only 50% of its power, which is pretty cool, you know. So it's got that feature. I forgot to tell you guys that. And it is LiPo ready, so you can use a LiPo, and all you have to do is just hold down the button after you turn it on, and you hold it down for a little while, and it makes noises and lets you know it's in LiPo and turns green, you know. So there's a lot of videos on that. And here's its transmitter, which I thought is very nice transmitter, although it's lacking any type of adjustments, you know. Would have been cool if they at least threw in something on the side, or maybe up here, you know, a couple of them. They didn't put any, you know. But other than that, since it's basic, you got your steering trim at least, and other than that, it's a really good remote. I think it's one of the best you can ever get with a ready to run kit, you know, considering I've seen some horrible remotes, you know, that are just horrible, and they're even hobby grade cards, and they don't have very good transmitters, you know. Man, this thing is dusty, but it's got a nice foam wheel. I love the spring tension in Traxxas stuff, you know. And it takes 4 batteries, so you just pop in your batteries and you're good to go. It's got Traxxas on the side there. Got a little shiny part right here. I mean, it's really nice. Even the trigger feels great. I have no complaints about it. It's very good, very nice, very well put together, just like the RC itself. Very well put together. And I'm gonna go on to the battery. Here's the battery we got. So we got a 6-cell nickel metal hydride battery, and I believe that is a 7.2. If I can get this thing to focus. 7.2 NIM, 1200 mAh. So it's pretty good. And I'm telling you guys, if you were to buy this and say you spend 140, 150, you would really get your money's worth, because you're getting a nice transmitter. You're getting a battery that is just not an ordinary battery for this RC. You know, this battery right here will run it almost exactly like the LiPo. You'll get a little more power off the LiPo, but I noticed that both of these RCs run really good on just nickel metal hydride batteries. So if you don't have as much money, and you don't have money for LiPo, because they can get pricey, especially if you want a name brand, so it's gonna get pricey fast. But if you start off with this one, you're gonna have a great time for sure. It has its charger, and even the charger is pretty nice. I have it over there, and I don't really want to get it, but I should. I'm going to. So, wow, and there it is. So it's a pretty nice charger. It just comes with some instructions here on the side, a couple languages, or at least one other language. So it lets you know. It even indicates that it turns green. See, this little light will turn green. I've used it, and every time I used it, it took about maybe 2 hours, but I don't use my batteries till they die. So I would say it took about 2 hours to charge the battery. If I only used it maybe 50% of it, it took about 2 hours. And I thought that was pretty cool that it charged pretty fast like that. But if you're gonna go and drain it all the way until it turns off the card, then it's gonna take a while to charge that up. But I'm telling you, it's not as bad as most ready to run battery chargers that come with it. So that's pretty much this one, what you get with this one. So this would cost you about $140, $150 tops. I wouldn't pay any more than that, because it's not that it's not worth more than that. It's just that's its price. It's not like this thing has value, it's going up and down or anything. But I have seen places taking advantage of people and trying to get $160 out of it. So that's this one, Traxxas Teton. And now we'll go on to the ECX here, which is the new one, and it looks pink, and that's only because I gotta adjust it. So this is what it pretty much looks like in person. The color almost pretty much, as I can see it through the camera, it looks almost like this. So, but like this now it looks pink. So we'll go on to the, and it feels good. I'm telling you guys, this feels better than the Teton or Teton. It feels better than the Teton. It feels really good. I have no complaints about this. It's nice looking. The graphics are pretty decent. They're not horrible looking, you know. I like that. They didn't do anything stupid on it. So this is just 100% great. The body, there's no complaints. If anything, it's better than what I've ever expected for the price. So now we get on to the car itself, the RC. And you can see it's got a little bit of a box popping out here, and you're probably thinking, what the hell is that? Is that the battery? No, it's not the battery, but we'll get there. So we got the 380 dynamite brushed motor, very nice. See that? We got the Spectrum ESC and receiver 2-in-1. But just because it's a 2-in-1, don't put it down yet. So it's really nice looking. You can see the heat sink in there. It's chrome. It has a nice look to it, where it almost looks like it's not a 2-in-1. And we got our servo. And if I were to compare this to the Traxxas on the feeling of it, I would say this one feels maybe, I don't know, heavier slightly, a little heavier. But you can see it's very well put together. And over here on the bottom, you can just turn this around. I have it loose now, but let's see if I can turn it with my finger here. It's not that difficult, unless you tighten it too tight, then it'll be hard to move. But the screw allows you, it has a screw on there that you can tighten, and you can make it as tight as you want. Alright, come on. Alright, so the battery tray's right here, and the reason why I'm showing you this is because this is how you would load your battery. See that? So your LiPo fits in there. And since we're talking about the battery, I'll show you the battery it comes with. So it comes with a 900 mAh nickel metal hydride 7.7 volts, 7.2 volt battery. Excuse me, guys, but yep, 6 cell. A little bit differently packed compared to this one. I would prefer this type of packing. Like this, it's gonna make the sticker fall off, and I don't know, it works well. It looks good. It's got a long EC3 plug on it, you know. Very good, very nice. So you would pop this in like this. So you would grab this, and you would first put this inside here, and then you can go ahead and put this where it belongs. Yeah, like that. Something like that. It's just I'm trying to do this for you guys, and I'm behind. I ain't got long arms. So that's how it looks when it's set up. You got like a little bit of a high center of gravity here, but it's slower. It's low, so it's not really too bad. It's a low RC. So having this battery up high is not too bad. It's not gonna flip over unless you're an intense driver. You know, you drive harsh, then yeah, you probably will flip over. But it's kind of hard to flip this car over considering how wide it is, its body is. But now that I have it in there, the battery, it feels pretty heavy now. I would say it's probably heavier than the Teton. But here's your antenna. See, I like that. For some guys, that's probably a problem. They probably crash or something and it get messed up. But it does have independent shocks, as you guys can see. Very well dampened as well. It was a little more dampened. If you guys remember the video I made, it was body rolling, and when it would roll like that, it would scrape its body. So I had put some spacers on it, and that stopped it completely from doing that. So that was cool that they gave you the spacers. So it's got all independent. It's even got like some shock shields here. You can see them here and on the other side as well. Very nice. It did come with bushings. I had to switch it to from bushings to ball bearings, but other than that, it was a $20 upgrade, so not too bad. But other than that, it does run pretty good. It coasts a lot longer now. Well, I don't know, I never did see it when it coasts on them, but from what I see on videos, it coasts better now. And that's pretty much it for this little guy. I don't know how many amps that is, and I don't know how many amps it is on the Teton as well. And you can see it. And the rubber is pretty good too. The rubber's good. Tires are good. Rubber's good. Rims are just as well as the Teton. Very, very good, you know. And it's dampened very well. And we'll go on to the transmitter. We got the transmitter here. It's a big guy. STX2 Spectrum. It's got your trims here. See if I can get that better for you guys. It's got a limit, throttle limit, so you can put it on 50 or 75% or 100% power, and that'll help you if you have a kid or if you're just getting used to using it and you're not really too good on handling it. That's pretty good. Or maybe you want to use it indoors, you can put it on 50% so you don't start slamming in the walls if you got a heavy finger, lead finger. The tension on it feels good. Takes 4 AA batteries that were included. And by the way, the Traxxas had its batteries of 4 AA batteries also included. So this controller's pretty good. I mean, transmitter's very good. I like the way it feels. It feels good, sturdy, strong. I would say just as strong and tough as this one. So very nice for the money. And you get this car with that. I would say it's pretty good for $100. So that's pretty much about this one. So we'll go ahead and leave the body here. Stack them up side by side here. I have this one backwards. So this one they both have oil shocks. I forgot to say that. In this one, they both have oil shocks. This one does have bearings in it already. They both have front and rear bumpers, so that's pretty cool. Although this one's a lot bigger, so it'll guard more. But comparing both of them to each other here, I would say they perform almost identical to one another. Maybe, I don't know, they both perform the same. I would say the same. Maybe the Traxxas is probably faster. Maybe, I don't know that, because this little guy it's pretty fast. It's pretty fast. It's not very fast, but it's definitely a lot faster than I expected. And this little guy's pretty fast too. I have some videos, you guys can check that out, the speed. But I am going to drag them, so I'm going to drag race these tomorrow. That's the reason why I'm showing you this video now. And tomorrow I'm gonna drag race them both, and we'll go ahead and see who can beat who out of the box. So this is still out of the box, and this is still out of the box, and they're both going to be performing on nickel metal hydride batteries. I'm not putting LiPos in, so I hope that doesn't piss people off. But I'm not going to put LiPos. This is an out of the box drag race to see who is better from the start when it comes to speed and power. So that's my next video, so I hope you guys tune in for that. And yeah, pretty good cars for the price. 100 and 150. This one you're probably paying for the extra $50. It's probably because the ESC has a receiver and the differentials are made of metal. So and whatever else is connected to the drive shaft is probably metal too. It is. So because of that, that's where the extra money comes in, probably, for this one. So, and this one is all nylon, you know. But that's pretty much the end of this video then, because I'm trying to see if I don't want to make the video too long. But yeah, so I'll be back with the drag race, guys. And forgive me if I forgot anything about it. But yeah, we'll go ahead and race them tomorrow. So thanks a lot, guys, for watching. Have a great night.